Alright, we're back again, Mr. Let's Paint.
Hanging out
with you on a Tuesday. Oh yeah. Missed you out. I was going to be on yesterday, but we had a... What's up, QB BBQ? I had a... I was late minute request to participate in a Sal Steinberg mask painting Zoom whatever. I posted some of the paintings I did from it. I did a Zoom. I did my first Zoom. Can you believe it? I thought I was gonna make it through this pandemic without doing a Zoom, but I actually ended up doing a Zoom, and it was actually quite. It was fun. It was enjoyable, and it's for painting purposes. It's actually kind of neat. In fact, I am. It's always been in the back of my mind, and you know, I do know from working with years ago Stickam. That was a streaming operation where people would be on their webcams and you could see them at the same time. So very much like Zoom. Zoom's a little better, looks like. Anyway, I might do some portraits maybe of people on Zoom. I think that might be an option to do. And then from what I gather, there's actually a way to stream it vis-a-vis on YouTube Live. Well, maybe not. I'll have to look into that. I don't even know. Okay, so you're looking at this. This is some paper. I got some bond paper. I'm going to try this out. And I have some Indian ink tonight. Indian ink. India. Indian. It's, you know what? That might not be. I might want to change the name. Might not be able to say Indian. Maybe North American native people's ink or something. All right. Well, anyway, maybe it's not an issue. Just wondering if that could be a problem. Anyway, so I bought a big bottle of this from Sennelier. Sennelier. That's a good brand. That's a French brand. And I was watching actually a movie, a TV program. I don't know if Netflix. I don't know what. I've been watching so much stuff. I don't even know what I'm watching. Okay, I got a little sniffle going on. And they had those old Citroen cars. You remember those cars from the 70s? They were really unusual looking cars that were sort of driving around the United States in the 70s. Well, they kind of disappeared slowly but surely because they left North America altogether in 1975. Citroen. Of course, I read up on them. And why am I talking about that? Okay, so anyway, and then they were bought out by Michelin, and subsequently they are now owned by Peugeot and China. China owns Citroen, and you can drive a Citroen car in China. And their Citroen is still alive and well. They still make a lot of cars. I guess they're named maybe slightly different or whatever. They even own Maserati. Of course, I read I'm acting as if I know all this stuff. I just checked out the Wikipedia. So, you know what can I say? But just to continue on with the Citroen story and the French story, since somehow I got into it with the Sennelier. That's why I got into it. The Sennelier. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Sennelier. Am I? Probably. Sennelier, or whatever. I studied French in high school, but okay, that's a whole nother story. Did you know, for about 10 years, DBBQ, QBBDBPU, you are on to something with the citron painting. Yes, we're working on, I'm getting to my story here. Okay, so here's the story. So it's on the Wikipedia page on Citroen. You can look them up. There's a fascinating. They had some weird ass cars from the 70s. Let me just tell you. And when you think of a French car, you kind of imagine they're kind of that car in particular, or variations of that car. They're kind of clunky looking or whatever. Anyway, they left the U.S. market because they didn't basically want to provide seat belts, or no, that was bumpers. The bumper, the height of the bumper, they didn't want to abide by the government guidelines about bumper regulations, so they left basically. But back to France. For about 10 years, in the 20s into the 30s, they used the Eiffel Tower as a billboard. Can you believe it? Isn't that something? So you think of the Eiffel Tower, and if anyone's ever been fortunate enough to go to Paris and see the Eiffel Tower, it is humongous. It is amazingly crazy, large and humongous. I mean, obviously it's not the largest thing in the entire world or nothing, but just the way it's built, it's just overwhelming. It's impressive. It's just impressive. Anyway, could you imagine if they had a sign that said Citroen coming up and down on it? So anyway, we're going to try to do that. Okay? Hey! Get into my long-winded... and we're going to experiment with our Indian ink. Indian ink. Indian ink. Now I know I'm just gonna approach it. Oh, okay. So also the other day we painted the Fantastic Four. Remember that? We did a watercolor, which I'm pretty. I can kind of come up with some kind of something or another vis-a-vis the using watercolors. So I'm adapt to watercolor. But anyway, if you look at inside here, look at this. There's no color. It's all black and white. I talked about this. It's all black on yellow, actually, because of the paper is so old. Okay, so there's some interesting guys there. So I was thinking it would be fun to paint the this rock guy. I don't know his name on the Fantastic Four, but I'm going to try to paint the rock guy. Not the Rock, though. We could paint him too. That I don't know what he looks like, but I guess I'll look him up. Obviously, we're going to paint. Okay, this show's over. I've been talking forever, and I didn't even get into doing any painting. Thanks again, guys. Good night. Yeah, it feels as though I'm just rattling on and I'm not even beginning to paint. But okay, so this is the idea. So we're going to do that. Along with the Michelin Man fighting the Rock. The Thing. Okay, it's the Thing. Okay, that's the Thing. It's so weird. So I was looking in this book. I was trying to get some information, Chad. Thank you. And I couldn't find the name of that creature. But there it is. There it is. It's the Thing. We're going to do the Thing. So basically what I'm going to do is try to capture that idea of the Thing fighting Michelin Man in front of the Eiffel Tower. But it's 1927, and they're going to have on the tower, it says going to say Citroen. That is the plan. We're going to do it right now on Let's Paint TV. Benjamin. Yes, that's you're on to it, buddy. You know your Fantastic Four literature because I was looking in here and it kept on saying Ben, 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 this, nothing about the Thing. I need the Thing. Okay, so let's work on this guy. I'm just gonna. So let's just see. I don't know if I should mix it with some white, maybe not. Okay, let's just go with it. And I got a nice. This kind of looks like Donald Trump. From the back with his diapers and stuff, kind of look. Okay, let's just jump into it though. We're just gonna hack away, move. Kind of feel. Look, we're gonna just feel the how it's responding. We're responding. I don't think I need to add any color. I said color, but liquid water to the surface. I'm just gonna let it be as is. You know what I'm saying? I think I can just kind of do it as is. 100% Indian ink. It might bleed. It's okay if it bleeds. I'm not gonna sweat it. I think the Thing is in. I think the Thing and the Michelin Man are probably they're just so cool. And I think I'm just gonna paint a whole bunch of pieces of them. Interacting with each other because I think they're the coolest things on earth. There, I said it. Okay, that's that is supposed to be. That's okay. Doesn't matter. Now this is not laying down as jet black as I want it to be, but maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. I should not worry so much. Maybe I just need to extend that. That's all. I just need to bring that out a little longer. I really have done zero work with this Indian ink. I'm kind of learning as we go here, which I think is fascinating. I was playing too. I may put myself in there into the mix. You know what I'm saying? I think we might do that, but we're not there yet. Just kind of see if I can. Actually, maybe instead of the Michelin Man, it's me. It's the Thing is battling me. I don't know. Just a thought. Pillsbury, Pillsbury, yes. Pillsbury Doughboy. Weather update, we're at 75 degrees here in Los Angeles. It's they call it June because we are in the month of June. Gloom because there's a fog thing that has taken over. And it takes over every June. The fog it's just overwhelming. So we're kind of in that. It's very pleasant. It's very pleasant. And not terribly too hot and not terribly too cold. Very nice weather. The Thing. I somehow was not aware that I should have known the name. Did not know the name. Looks like a Ninja Turtle. Now there's kind of no room for air, but I probably could introduce some maybe some white. I could probably put some white in. Yeah. Don't let something stop you. We're not gonna let this stop us. The fact that we maybe screwed up something here. All right. All right, so now we need to look up Michelin Man, I believe. That's the next step. See if we can get some information on that. Let's take a look at Michelin Man here. Ooh, what happened to the paper? Thing's falling off. Just disintegrating. It's okay. Alright, let's see what we can find. Get some information here. Michelin. There he is. Okay, there he is. Okay. Let's get a little confused here. Kind of looks like MQ Schmidt. I think actually MQ Schmidt was the Michelin Man once, I believe, for one of my art shows. Good times. Okay. Okay, that's enough information. Okay, Eiffel Tower. That's right, Jacob. Michelin Man. I gotta be careful. Okay, let's see. What am I doing next? Yeah, let me see if I can do a search for Eiffel Tower. Maybe I'll get the image of the Citroen. Citroen. Eiffel Tower. There we go. It's a real. It's not. I'm not. Look how beautiful that is. So beautiful. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Look at that. Let me see if you can see that. Look at that. See that? That thing was lit up like that. That is so cool. Okay, let's see. I would have loved to have seen that. Okay. What am I doing? I can't even spell this. How do you spell it? Cetro. Yeah. Okay. Ah.
All right.
Right. All right, so we got the idea. We got the gist of it. Let's kind of add to the reality of it all, if we can. Ah. Okay, let's give it some extra.
what's kind of interesting about this is I'm not, like I said, I'm not a, I don't know much about Indian ink. Except for I know that it's something that people will use. It's pretty good. This is my first run through with it, really. Pretty much ever. Alright, let's see if we can get some more of that kind of directional stuff going on here. Okay, let me come back in a minute. Regroup. We'll be right back. I'm gonna reference some of this. I forget what page it was. Oh, where's my? You guys hear it? Are you guys even listening? Can you hear me? I don't even know. Where is the? Oh, my mic is there. Yes, it is. Okay, you guys still there? Okay, good. Let me see if I can find that picture. Okay. Alright. Where are you? Let's... Okay, it's this one. Let's see if we can get some of those lines going everywhere. This is actually going whoosh. We're gonna try to get some white. I'm gonna white it out some of this line work here. I'm gonna screw this up. That's okay. I don't know what that stuff is. Some weird stuff busting up all over the place. Crap falling all over. That's right, Abe. See, that's correct. 1927, Chad Russell. Yes. This actually happened. And I was trying to tell you, you can look up the Wikipedia on Citroen, and of course Citroen is partially owned by Peugeot and some Chinese people, but they're also owned, or partially at one time owned, by Michelin. I don't know if they are anymore, but back in 1927 or whatever that was, they had a big role in the car manufacturer's life situation. I'm not really sure what I'm doing with this stuff. I'm kind of losing it. That's good. Kind of good, actually. It's good to lose it a little bit. I was thinking about putting some white in there, but I don't think I need to. We're just gonna let it be its thing, you know. I screwed that up, didn't I? It's okay that you screw it up. It makes it more interesting that the fact that you screw it up, you know? I think it's always refreshing to find out that someone screwed something up. 1927, yes. I mean, we could come back in with some white. What do you think? I don't know. Kind of like it all screwed up. Well, let's just reinforce, lock down some of our positions if we can. I'm not convinced that this Indian ink is laying down the greatest, the best on this paper that I'm using. I thought I did some research on that, but apparently not. I mean, it's okay. I'm not mixing it with anything else, so I don't know. I mean, it's doing its thing. I think I mentioned this before. I'm not a. I have no real extra love for superheroes and all that. So I think it makes it easier for me to kind of screw things up, basically. And I'm doing a pretty good job with that, I think. The tendency is to work on the tendency is to move on with the white, maybe get the white going on, but maybe we don't want to. Maybe we can just use it the way, well, just black with the black and white situation that we got going on here. Stay with it. Stay with it. If we can. You introduced the white, which I know from my watercolor experience. You got a new can of a new can of whoop ass. It's a whole nother dimension of sorts. It can doesn't do you any good sometimes. And you're better off just focusing on the simplicity of the one situation that you got going on. High five says looks great without white. Yes, I agree, and it's easy to jump onto using the white, and when we haven't really exhausted, if you will, the what we were able to do with just the simplicity of the black paint on the white paper, and I said this 1,000 times, and it's been entrenched in me, and I'm not always willing to abide by it, but in the watercolor world, I am kind of generally an orthodox operative in terms of using the white paper. It doesn't have to be white paper. Whatever paper, just the the natural paper, the color from the paper to come through. There's something really neat about that, and I don't think you can get that necessarily if you start throwing in a bunch of other colors. There's no rhyme or reason to what is good or bad. I mean, frankly. No rhyme or reason. But I'm noticing, this is literally maybe my, I may have played around with Indian ink in art school as an undergrad 30 some odd years ago. But it's not something that I ever spent much time with. So. This is a new fun thing to explore, and definitely doing that here. And the beauty about this is that there is a lot of unfinished realities, and then there's something beautiful about that. I think so. I think we could just do a whole series of the Thing battling the Michelin Man. I just feel like there's something there. And then maybe we have Mr. Let's Paint come into the action, or just we just get all types of characters, just mess them all up. I think that's totally a possibility. But I just thought that the serendipity of it all. Here, which I think you guys at times might realize that's what I sometimes participate in. The serendipity of it all. Let's see if I can wipe away. I guess not so much. And so discovering about the Citron being an ad on top of the Eiffel Tower. I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. I mean, that is so cool. And that was there for about 10 some odd years back in the 20s into the 30s. I thought that was just too cool. I think they should do that again. But see, I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff, I love signs. What can I say? I don't know what more I'm going to do to this piece, but I guess we could do this sometime. Well, kind of learning on how to use this Indian ink, by the way, too. It's kind of definitely. Oh, shadow. Let's get a shadow on these guys. Yeah. Some shadow. This paper's different. It's a different paper. It's not what I usually use. I usually use watercolor paper, but this is a paper I bought, and it's like a bond paper. It's slick. I'm not really the most. I'm not used to it, but I thought maybe it would work good for this kind of purpose, and I think it's doing the job. Maybe. Okay. Give us some night skies. It's kind of nighttime. I feel like it's nighttime. We'll give it a little nighttime feel. Still using this little brush. We may have to resort to a larger brush. We clearly, you know, the thing about, I think, you know, the tendency is to think that a black on white work, it would just be solid, 100% dark black versus the white, and there's just so many variables here. It's really neat. I just added a little white. Water to it. The white. Added a little water to it. I don't know if that's any good or not. Doesn't seem to make a difference. It kind of blends. It kind of softens the blow. A little bit of water to the Indian ink. I guess you could do that. I did it. Like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing with this stuff. So that's kind of neat. It's kind of neat to not know what you're doing. I think that's always fun. Let's see if we can kind of bring out. I kind of lost our characters, so let's see if we can bring them back. We kind of lost them. I don't really see them anymore. Maybe that's good. You know, I'm okay with that. I'm okay that it doesn't necessarily shake up to being what it's supposed to be, what it was originally supposed to be. Okay. Well, I'm tempted to get the white out and knock this area out, because this is where the power of the blow. Tempted to do that. Not there yet. Might just leave it as is, and maybe I should. Maybe we're done. Maybe we're done. It's a whole new can of worms. You start opening up that. I think there's just a combination between the thing and Michelin Man. They just have a lot of, really, in the Eiffel Tower, frankly, there's just sort of a nice. I think I may have to try this in an oil with some color. Tempted to do just that. Well, that's it. We did it. Art Magic says nice flow and composition. Thank you. It does feel good. It feels good. We could belabor the points, you know. We could fine tune it. One could fine tune it. I could add some white to it and clean it up. But I'm not, because I think the very essence, the beauty of it all, is the battle. And I think we had a wonderful battle. We got the idea across. We got the idea across here tonight. on Let's Paint TV. I will post a picture of this up on my our Instagram at Let's Paint TV. I'll do that pretty much ASAP. Do that right now. Work on that right now. Let's see. I'm still baffled by the fact that that there was that aspect of the Eiffel Tower had a sign on there. I cannot believe that. That's just so cool. I think that's the coolest thing on it. Okay. Okay, we'll post a picture on this. It's got a lot of energy, says Art Magic. Yeah, you know, it's you know, I have a tendency to add color and put color on everything, and you know, I like doing that. But man, I there's something that's kind of refreshing about just keeping it straight up black on white, white on black, what, you know, well, mostly black on white. And yeah, it feels good. It feels good. So we're going to do some more of this. We'll be back again tomorrow, guys, on the show, and we'll do some more of these, I think. I think we'll do some more. I think we might want to play around with this this battle, you know, of the Michelin Man and the Thing. You know, I don't know. I don't know, maybe not. But we could do a little more research on that. Maybe I'll put some thought into it. If you have an idea, maybe you want to let me know. Feel free to let me know at I don't know. Send me I don't know. Contact me via whatever. I don't know how you're supposed to. I don't know how you contact me, but there's a way to do it. So go to my website, letspainttv.com. How about that? All right. That's it. Thanks again for hanging out. Let's Paint TV. It's very nice, calm situation it feels at the moment, but that could always change in life. Hang in there, people. Feels good at the moment, but there's going to be some ups and downs. And as Marlene Dietrich famously said, put on a seatbelt because it's going to be a rocking, and don't be knocking. No, she did not say that. But she should have. She should have. Okay, good night. Good night, everybody.